Happening this morning, the jury could get handed the murder case against Levi Chavez. He is the former APD officer accused of murdering his wife.
Yeah, the case is in its fifth week now. The trial has taken us on a drama-filled roller coaster ride. We have heard testimony from crime experts, investigators, and many of Levi Chavez's mistresses. Now, throughout this whole trial, it wasn't known if Levi would actually take the stand, and yesterday, in a bold move, he did. News 13's David Romero is live outside the Sandoval County Courthouse. It's where all the courtroom drama has been happening. Good morning once again, David.
Good morning, Matt. Well, it was an emotional day yesterday as Levi Chavez took the stand. Now, today could bring closing arguments if prosecutors decide not to call any rebuttal witnesses. Now, Chavez is accused of killing his wife, Tara, with his department-issued gun back in 2007. While on the stand, things got emotional as Chavez admitted he did play a role in Tara's death by being an absent husband up until Tara's very last moments.
She would call and I would just hit the end button. And she would call again, I would just hit the end button. And as throughout the shift, I would just leave my phone in the car because I just didn't want to be, bothered by her.
After answering questions from his lawyer, including a recount of the night he says he found Tara's body, the prosecution cross-examined Chavez. And that's when things got heated at times between Chavez and lead prosecutor Brian McKay. At one point, Chavez even turned the tables on McKay when the prosecutor asked why Chavez didn't check for a pulse or do CPR when he found Tara.
Everybody's seen those pictures. While you're grinning, holding the pictures of Tara dead, and you're grinning thinking it's funny, everybody saw those pictures. It's obvious she was dead. It's obvious.
McKay continued to press Chavez, and Chavez had told the jury that after Tara died, he realized he didn't like the choices he had made, referring to his affairs, and wanted to change. McKay pointed out he slept with one woman at his house just a couple of weeks after Tara died and moved on pretty quickly to his current wife, Heather. Now, after a quick redirect, Chavez stepped down and the defense rested its case. Again, everything is going to start up here at 10 o'clock this morning. We will bring you more in later newscasts throughout the day. Matt, back to you.
Thank you for the update this morning, David. Obviously, a lot going on there yesterday, and you don't have to miss a minute of what goes on today. You can watch all of the trials streaming live on our website at KRQE.com. And happening overnight now at 5:33, a bad crash in Albuquerque leaves one person in the hospital barely alive. It happened here at Montgomery and Carlisle about 9:30 last night. Police say it looks like this Cadillac was going west in the eastbound lanes of Montgomery, slammed into a wall and a number of light poles. Investigators say the driver was unconscious when they got there, was rushed to the hospital, and may not live. They're still trying to figure out exactly why the car was in the wrong lanes to begin with.
Another envelope causes a scare in Santa Fe, making it the second time this week. An envelope with a suspicious substance was found at the Santa Fe County Courthouse yesterday. 19 people were quarantined inside the clerk's office when an employee spotted the white powder in an envelope that was addressed to Judge Stephen Pfeffer. Now, preliminary tests show the powder was just baking soda, but the FBI is now performing more tests. You see, 2 days ago, a white powdery substance was found in an envelope addressed to Governor Susana Martinez. That powder was not toxic. Police aren't sure if the two incidents are connected. A fly found in New Mexico is now making its way to other states.
And get this, it could complicate death investigations. One of the key things homicide detectives have to figure out when people were murdered, and sometimes they use flies to help them do that.
We try to determine the age of the insects on the body, and then we can work backwards and say, okay, well, this body has to have been here for at least this long.
But a fly species found in southern states, including here in New Mexico, is now moving north to the Midwest, where it could affect the flies that other forensic investigators rely on. Well, you know the saying, lightning doesn't strike twice, but for one family here in Albuquerque, it struck 3 times on the 4th of July. The couple was watching fireworks with friends when lightning struck the front yard of a home near I-40 in Eubank, hitting both this woman and man. The woman was pregnant, just 2 weeks away from her due date, had to have an emergency C-section. Well, now mom, dad, and the little baby girl are all okay, and emergency workers say it's a miracle all 3 of them are alive.
They were both awake and looking at us. They were dazed and confused. But we knew that there were underlying injuries that we possibly couldn't see that we needed to treat quickly and get them to the hospital.
The parents say they're going to nickname their new daughter Lightning Bug. Kimberly is her real name. She's still in ICU, but is expected to be out soon. Glad that story had a happy ending. They're really calling it a medical miracle that all 3 of them survived. All right, 5:36. The new Downs Racetrack and Casino just hours away from opening now.
This is exciting. The new state-of-the-art facility features 700 slot machines and several virtual table games. The new venue also features a viewing area where casino goers can go and check out the live horse races at the Downs track. For anyone who may be hungry while at the casino, well, they can also check out the new dining experience. This is featuring custom pizzas, deli, and selected desserts from Flying Star Pastries. And also, it's putting a lot of people to work.
We had a job fair that brought over 6,000 people to the job fair. We ended up hiring over 450.
Well, the Downs is still looking to fill full-time, part-time, and seasonal positions. The casino will open its doors this morning at 9.
North of us in Colorado, an intense storm blew through El Paso County, causing heavy rains and flooding right in the burn scar areas where they do not need it. Take a look. Flash flooding in the Waldo Canyon burn area from Wednesday. You can see the flooding and the damage to stuck cars across the Black Forest burn scar. The flooding causing a massive traffic jam as well. The rain has moved on, but the runoff is going to continue up there. And you've got to look at this horrifying video out of China. This is real. It looks like a movie, but it's not. At least 40 people thought to have been buried in this landslide. Hundreds of houses have been destroyed in widespread flooding. Near 37,000 people have been moved to temporary homes. Buildings are just collapsing there at the force of the water. This landslide happened in the Sichuan province, where 3 days of rain have swelled rivers to record levels.
Oh,
those people standing out there, very dangerous situation. I mean, they're just taking down 3, 4, 5-story buildings. That was a tractor at one point.
That is horrible.